Hello champions, I hope you are doing really well. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of this part of my life where I was traveling all over South India for the purpose of classes. I am based out of Bangalore, I live in Bangalore, but I used to go to Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, Coimbatore and Erode for class. In Andhra Pradesh, I used to visit Tirupati for class. In Kerala, Kochi, Thrissur and Calicut. And in Bangalore, of course, I was with Christ University and I also used to go to Malleshwaram. So from Bangalore, I used to travel to all these places for the purpose of class. It became so extreme at a point that out of 30 days in a month, I was only at home for just 5 days and the remaining 25 days I was just traveling here and there. I started this whole thing. See, the whole teaching journey of mine started somewhere in 2017. I started a little bit in 2016, but full-fledged, I went all out in 2017. And 2017, 18 and 19, I was majorly in Chennai only. Then 2019, I got married and 2020 was COVID. So my major, this whole traveling part started right after COVID. So from 2020 to 2024, almost around 4.5 years, this is all what I was doing, going round and round. It all started with Thrissur, and that is why Thrissur will always be really close to my heart. I remember so well, way back in 2018, when I had to come to Thrissur for the first time, when I had to step out of Chennai for class for the first time. At that time, before my marriage, I used to live in Chennai. So when I had to, step out for class, when I had to travel for class for the first time, I remember my parents not letting me do it at all. I remember I had to fight with them. I had to really, be that rebel and fight them to let me travel to Thrissur for class, and I'm so glad I did. And this is the reason why Thrissur will always be one of my most favorite places to, in Kerala. And it started with Thrissur and then, it just kept spreading. And these 4 years, I traveled a lot. Yes, I got a lot of love from all of you in all of these places, and it gave me exposure to different kinds of students. It was such a big learning experience for me. It helped me understand that, how do you understand learning? I mean, how do you look at learning? It made a big difference to my entire teaching career. But however, in the month of September 2024, I took a tough decision. And the decision, I'll tell you what it was. See, even before September 24, even before I took this decision, when I was traveling to all these places, along with this side by side, in the evenings, I was also working on my personal brand, which was Level Up. And that is why if you see my workout batch timing is in the evening, from 6 in the evening to 11:30 in the night. The reason was, when I was traveling to all these places, classes generally get over at 5:30. So in the evening, after my class used to get over, that is when I was, working on my personal brand on Level Up. So that is how, this whole thing went on till September 2024. But in September 2024, I had to take a tough call because this constant traveling was taking a big toll on my health. And so I decided to eliminate all this travel and to spend all my time and energy on my personal brand, and that is Level Up. And that is what I did for the last 1 year. And guys, you have no idea how how scary this decision was for me, because since the time I started teaching, I was only associated with academies. I was dependent on academies. And now deciding to totally eliminate them and to just focus on my personal brand, no doubt it was a big leap of faith, but I'm so glad I took this step. I'm so glad I had the courage to do this, because guys, in this last 1 year, the kind of love that you've shown me, the way in which you've been so welcoming, the way in which you've supported me in ways directly, indirectly, the way in which you've spread word of mouth about my classes, the way you'll keep recommending my classes to your friends, the whole trust and confidence that you'll have in me is way more than the trust I have in my own self. So even on days, when I feel low, when I'm flooded with self-doubt, I just, I just scroll through my WhatsApp, find some feedback message of yours, and that gives me so much energy to, get back up and to, to pull myself up again. So that is, and I remember so well, the last September 24, when I, made this decision, I told myself, let's try this for a year and then we will, see what to do, because it was a big decision. And now we are in the month of September 25. We are 1 year down, and I think it's safe to say that it was the right decision. Definitely. So, and one more thing I've decided this time, that every September I'm going to celebrate this big decision of mine by giving it back to you, by showing my gratitude to you. And I think the only way in which I can give it back to you is by offering huge fee reductions. So, see, I know for a fact that my content is top notch. I know for a fact that this no nonsense approach of mine, where if you, like for example, if you take any class of mine, you will find zero entertainment. It's going to be just 100% pure productive content. I know for a fact that this whole concept of workout batch that I've introduced both for law and DT, they're actually working out so well that no matter what kind of question paper ICAI throws at you, you are able to handle. It is making a big difference to your preparation, it is making a big difference to your performance, and it is making a big difference to your results. It is evident, it is obvious. So therefore, now the only thing that I can do is make this content of mine way more accessible and way more affordable. And that is why, guys, I've announced a flat 25% fee reduction across all my books and courses on my website with the coupon code LevelUp25 till September 18th. But I think it's too late for me to make this video. So therefore, I think I will extend it till September 20th, because many of you might not even be aware of this. So I think we'll extend it till September 20th so that the maximum number of students can make use of it, because that is the whole objective of this whole thing. Right, so I'll just quickly run you through the options available. You must have always heard this from me, that the same size does not fit all. I do not believe that the same course I can give to a first time learner and also to a relearner, because if I do that, I am cheating one of them. I am cheating either the first time learner or the relearner. The same size does not fit all. The same course will not suit both a first time learner and a relearner. It will not. That is a real truth. So that is why, first of all, I need you to make a decision that do you need external help in the form of classes, or do you think you already have enough knowledge and you just have to polish. If you just have to polish, if you already have enough knowledge, you should not be enrolling for more classes. But if you think that your existing knowledge is lacking, if you think that you need external help in the form of classes, then in that case, you first have to decide that are you a first time learner or are you a relearner, because your requirements will be different. As a faculty, according to your requirements, I'm supposed to give you options, right? Just because I have one course, I can't try to push it both to a first time learner and to a relearner. It will not be fair, because the requirements are different. I'll give you one simple example. For example, let's take DT. Now in DT, you have this HRA concept, guys, house rent allowance. Now if you're a first time learner, you've never even heard about HRA. So first time you're learning about HRA. So I have to go from the very basics. I'll have to hold your hand and tell you, why does the employer give this money to the employee? What is the employee going to do with the money? So see, all of this is not even required from exam point of view. But I have to tell you about all this. Only then I can take you to the provision and then to the questions and, go to the remaining steps. But first I have to start with this basic point. But however, if you're a relearner, you already know what is HRA, guys. What do you need? I have to first give you a revision of the provision, then I have to make you work out some questions, then I have to show you what mistakes are possible from your end, then I have to show you in what ways ICAI can twist the questions, then I have to give you some homework questions, and then you're done. So are you understanding? A first time learner's requirement is different and a relearner's requirement is different. Similarly, like if it comes to law, if you're learning law for the first time, I have to tell you that, hey, listen, there are two types of, shares. You have equity shares and you have preference shares. And then I have to explain to you, from basics that, what are equity shares, what are preference shares, the two preferences. I have to make you repeat in class again and again so that the keywords are in your memory. So I have to go from the basics. But however, if you are a relearner, you already know that there are two types of shares, one is equity and one is preference. So it doesn't make sense me spending 1 hour, explaining to you how this whole thing will work. Instead, what you need is me getting to the point and giving you a revision of the provisions and then taking you to the questions which ICAI has already asked, discussing with you MCQs, showing you, what kind of ways ICAI can twist, how they have not tested till now, how they can test later, giving you comparative analysis. That is what you will appreciate. I'll give you one more example. In your law paper, There's this 5 years concept in two places. Like even in equity shares with differential rates, you calculate 5 years. Even in deposits also, you calculate 5 years. But in one place, you calculate 5 years from the end of the financial year. In another place, you calculate 5 years from the date itself, from the date of rectification itself. So these kind of comparative analysis, all this is what you will need. So that is why I always say that a first time learner's requirement and a relearner's requirement is very, very different. And it's not right to give the same thing to both of them. It is not right. So if you are a first time learner, the regular course is what you would need for law. And if you're a relearner, the law workout batch is what will be really, really sufficient for you. See, if you are a first time learner, okay, in a regular course, you will be spending around 150 hours. And I really don't understand how, regular course can be done in 120 hours. It is impossible. The kind of questions which ICAI is asking, the nooks and corners, 100% coverage if I have to do, I do need this much time. The kind of level which ICAI is asking. So that is why it's a very, very extensive regular course where we take each section, analyze it nicely. We also do comparative analysis between sections. Like for example, e-voting versus postal ballot, the differences, the common points. So it's like, a nice thorough analysis, and nothing else you will need after this. After this, you're straight away ready for the examination. Also, there is 15 hours of writing practice also included in this. But however, if you're a relearner, you will be choosing the law workout batch instead, and this is going to be somewhere around 80 hours. Now, if there's a time gap between this, how do I justify this time difference? I'll tell you. See, in a regular course, number one, the pace is slower, okay, because the student is learning for the first time. So I have to go in a slower pace. And in a regular course, I also do a lot of writing in class, okay, writing, that's how I explain. You know my style of teaching, right, where I do the writing in the classroom notes, and that's how I explain. But for a relearner, for a law workout batch, a little faster pace will be okay for you. Also, one more thing is, in the law workout batch, I'm not doing any writing majorly. Little bit here and there I'm doing, but majorly I'm not writing, because writing will itself take a lot of time if I do in class. So what I did is, even before I can record that particular chapter, I first wrote all the notes for that chapter, and then that's how I discussed it. Okay, and also I used the logic concept book. The concept book itself I used in the law workout batch. So I eliminated the writing time. I also increased the pace a little bit. That is how I was able to reduce the time. See, the thing is, what is happening is, people think that workout batch means only questions. No. Like for example, if it is a law workout batch, I will not do only questions discussion, because questions will cover only some concepts. What about the concepts which ICAI has not tested till now? What about that? So that is why first I will give you a nice concept revision of the entire chapter. And mind you, when I say concept revision, it is not just marathon level concept revision. No, it is in-depth concept discussion first, just that it is in a slightly faster pace, and then we will solve the questions. We will discuss the questions and MCQs. Now, if you see over here in the law workout batch, in class, I have discussed 257 descriptive questions. I have discussed 197 MCQ questions. Total 457 questions I have discussed in class. And when I say 197 questions, I am not talking only about small MCQs. I am talking about case-based MCQs as well. So total 457 questions I have done in class, along with an in-depth concept revision. I can challenge you that 100% of concepts are covered even in the law workout batch. Concepts, like for example, in your LLP chapter, you have compromise, arrangement, that last part, the whistleblower part, those kind of concepts which people don't cover in regular course also. I have covered those kind of concepts as well as in law workout batch. So every single section, every single concept you will find here also. But in addition to that, over here you will also find an equal, very good amount of focus on questions discussion and MCQ practice as well. That way what will happen is, not only will the concept revision happen for you, but also applying those concepts in questions and MCQs, even that practice you will get. Okay, so that is about law. So these courses along with the logic book would be the perfect combination to handle the kind of question papers which ICAI is now throwing at us. Like even the September 25 question paper, not to brag, but actually a lot of the students had come back and messaged that they were able to at least manage the question paper, and that it was not that bad. Okay, it was really lengthy, but they knew the concepts. They did know they did know the answers. The fact that it was lengthy and they were not able to write the whole question paper, they were not able to write the whole 100 marks, that is certainly there, but they were knowing the concepts, they did know the answers, and that itself shows the effectiveness of this combination. In fact, the best part about the logic book is that here and there I have given these extra gyan points, guys, which are those points which you may not have noticed, or some comparative analysis between sections, some points where you will tend to make mistakes, some kind of questions, some ways in which ICAI can twist the questions. All that I have put in extra gyan points. Like in chapters like General Clauses Act and all, for multiple sections I have given examples also in those extra gyan points, so that even if you're self-studying, then the logic book is going to really help you. Alright, so this is about the law part. Now coming to DT. Here listen carefully. Same thing. If you're a first time learner, the regular course is what will be required for you. Even over here we will be doing concepts also, we will be doing questions also. Nowadays people are saying that regular batch means concepts, workout batch means questions. No, they probably didn't understand. In regular course, we do concepts also, we do questions also. In a workout batch, here also we do concepts also, questions also. Then what is the difference? In a regular course, I will be going in a slower pace. I'll be giving you a revision, multiple times revision, cumulative revision, because you're learning DT for the first time. So I have to put the provision inside your head. But however, if you're a relearner, you already have some knowledge about the concepts. So I will give you a concept revision over here and then solve the questions for you. So if you're a first time learner, then regular course. But if you're a relearner, then the DT workout batch. The DT workout batch, guys, it has turned out to be such a super success, I tell you. This is going to be the 11th time for Jan 2026 when I do the DT workout batch. I do it live for every attempt, and this is going to be the 11th time, and trust me when I say this, every time it has worked out, no matter how the question paper has been. Over here, we take a particular concept, do a nice concept revision, see what are the ways in which ICAI can ask questions, and then solve the questions. Totally 4 not 8 questions we work out in the workout batch, guys, and not just the new syllabus questions. These are questions since May 2018. If you actually see, there are 900 plus questions, but however what I've done is I first eliminated the repetitive questions, then questions like, for example, 6 total income questions, I combined them into one because there'll be repetitive adjustments, right? Or every alternate total income question, if you see, will give you the life insurance adjustment, not required after a point. So those kind of adjustments I eliminated, and then I have now 4 not 8 questions. I can challenge you. Every part of the September 25 question paper, somewhere or the other, was covered in those 4 not 8 questions. I am not saying same question copy paste came in the examination, because it is not possible. But whatever you get in the examination will be a combination of these 4 not 8 questions. Trust me when I say this, at least for this DT workout batch, for this part you trust me that this is the most effective way of preparing for DT. It's like we've really cracked the code. See, I'll tell you why is it this effective. Solving questions anybody can do, right? Even you can sit on your own and you can solve the questions on your own also. Just take one question bank and solve questions. But then, however, there is something which is very unique about the workout batch which is actually working out. See, I'll tell you, okay, I'll try explaining it to you. What I do is I take a question. In that question, whatever concepts are involved, I first discuss those concepts and interconnected concepts, and then I work the question out, okay? But however, I don't just simply solve the question quickly and then go to the next question. No. I sort of give you a certain approach. I give you a method of thinking. I give you a sequence, so that the same kind of question, like for example capital gains, whether it is a first question, whether it is a last question, you will see me following the same approach. You will see me following the same method of thinking. That way what happens is the method of thinking gets registered in your memory. So when you're solving a question in the examination, you read the question, you don't spend too much time thinking, you straight away start writing. Basically, in autopilot mode, you solve the question because you already have the method of thinking with yourself. Like, see, I'm sure you'll agree with me, DT is a kind of a paper where no matter how good your conceptual knowledge is, unless you have done a very good amount of questions practice, the examination is going to look difficult for you. Like, you've worked out so many questions in class, now whatever ICAI throws at you looks easy because you've seen worse in class, you've seen complicated questions in class. No matter how good you are in DT, guys, each of those 4 not 8 questions will throw a big challenge at you. So when you've seen the worst, okay, when you've prepared for the worst question paper possible, now whatever question paper you see in the examination does look manageable and easy for you. You actually have to experience it to understand it. Alright guys, so these courses along with the Checkmate book would again be a really good combination. But however, one disclaimer I would like to give you, that the Logic book will be suitable even if you've not studied law from me. But however, the Checkmate book will not really make sense for you if you've not been my DT student, because the Checkmate book is made in the style in which I teach, which is slightly different, okay? So unless you've attended my regular course or my workout batch, the Checkmate book will not really be suitable. So ensure that you get the book only and only if you are either a regular course student or a workout batch student. Alright, now the Checkmate book, the best thing, see, listen, just doing classes, just giving you so many questions, just spending so much time with you in class is not going to be, it's not going to work out unless I give you something for those 1.5 days, right? And that is why the Logic concept book and the Checkmate concept book. The Checkmate book, guys, the whole objective why I made this was because 1.5 days, it was really difficult for students to revise both DT and GST. And the September 25 exam was the first exam in which students used the Checkmate book for the purpose of, revision in those 1.5 days. For May 25, I had made it as a soft copy. For September 25, first time it was, published and printed book, and I can say the Checkmate book has passed its test. Students were able to, comfortably revise the whole thing in those 1.5 days. Okay. Then, so these are the main courses I told you about. Number 1, for law, we have the regular course, we have the law workout batch, we have the Logic book. For DT, we have the regular course, the DT workout batch, the Checkmate book. Now for DT, if you don't want to spend so much time on the DT workout batch, if you want a mini version of the DT workout batch, that is Signy 40. I call it the mini version of the DT workout batch. Here 40 important questions we discuss. With DT workout batch, you have two options, guys. If you want to start right away, then you can get the recorded version and begin right away, okay? You will have access till Jan 26 exams. But however, if you think that, ma'am, no, recorded sessions I can't watch, I need somebody holding my hand and doing along with me, then you can wait for the live batch. The live batch I will be starting right after the September 25 results come. So apart from all of this, guys, we also have the OG workout batch combo, which is law plus DT. And there's another combo for workout batch, which is the ultimate workout batch combo. This is law plus DT plus GST. So the OG workout batch combo is law and DT workout batch. Ultimate workout batch combo is law and DT and GST. So Amit Mahajan sir's GST practice batch basically. Okay, so these are all the options you have. In addition to all this, let me just tell you the last few points. Doesn't matter which batch you take, you will be getting 4 tests in each of them. Writing practice will be included in law courses. Then there is YOLO. YOLO is nothing but a monthly subscription plan of the regular course. So law or DT, whichever regular course you want, for 30 days, monthly subscription plan if you want, you can avail YOLO. Very nominal cost, guys. Generally for those students who, want knowledge in a specific chapter, or let's say you don't know capital gains in PGBP alone, or let's say in law, just some chapters you want to see, you can take up the YOLO batch, which is the whole regular course. The whole regular course you will get 30 days access. So you can watch whichever part of it you want to watch. Very, very affordable. This is after the fee reduction. This is only for 1,800 or something. And you also have the chapter wise lectures. Okay. Now, if you see, guys, once you apply the coupon code of Level Up 25, you will actually see a big difference in the fees. Like, for example, I'll give you a perspective. The DT workout batch, which generally students avail for 4,999, it will now be available for just 3,375. So it's like a big, huge difference. It's a difference of more than 25%. Alright, like actually if you see this fee of 3,375, out of this we'll have to pay 18% GST. Then we also have to pay the technical team for encryption expenses and all. Then after all admin expenses, overhead expenses, at the end I know for a fact I will be left with something very little. But like how I told you in the initial part of the video, I do want to do this. I really want to give it back to you, and I hope you make the most of this coupon code. And also it is your responsibility to spread it to your friends. Let your friends know about it. Alright, because we should be able to reach a wide audience. I mean, when the content is so good, we should be able to reach a wide number of students and let maximum number of students benefit out of this. Alright, that's it, guys. I hope to see you in class very soon, and I hope that we are able to work towards a successful result together. All the best. Bye bye.